arrived at the scene, I was very disappointed not to get access itself into the castle. However, I was presented with the following scene, so I'm going to take you through how I typically edit an image and what I've also done to this particular image as I feel it suits the scene more. So to begin with, what I'm going to look at is the histogram. It tells me that the image is underexposed, so I'm going to adjust the exposure ever so slightly, just to bring it up slightly. Then I'm going to add a slight touch of contrast. The highlights and the shadows are okay, but I'm going to adjust the whites all the way and the blacks all the way for now until I finish the editing itself. Add a bit of clarity and a touch of vibrance just to bring out that little bit more colour, and that should be enough from the colour processing. The next I'm going to do is add the lens correction for the standard profile of the lens that I was using itself, and then finally I'm going to go in and give a slight vignette to the image because I want the viewer's eyes to be drawn to the center of the shot itself more than they are right now. And the final thing I'll do here then is just add dehaze. I'm going to give it full dehaze on this example because I do think that it does give more to the image. The next I'm going to do is adjust the actual crop, so I'm going to give it a 16:9 because I believe the white at the very top is distracting from the image itself. And what that will do now is give us focus on the log in front with the bluebells then thereafter. So that's how I typically would edit a shot. For this particular photo, I want to try something different, so I'm going to use a radial filter to try and give more of exposure to the wood log that's in front of the image itself here. So when I place it very roughly for this example over the log itself, what you'll find is once I start adjusting the exposure of the image itself, the inside or the outside of that circle is what's going to be adjusted. So if you look, the invert mask has been ticked. So if I bring down the exposure here, everything inside in that circle is now going to be darkened. Whereas if I reverse that, what happens is that everything outside of that circle is darkened, and that's kept at the same brightness. So what that does now is that gives more of a focal point to the log itself, and it's a very quick edit on how I would do a shot, and I'll show you how the image now transpires.
Tell me what I